It's a new year, so what are you going to go do out there in golfing land? You're going to search for some new golf clubs out there. If you're looking for some new toys, this is just a little video to help you in your quest, in your search for new golf clubs. It is a minefield out there, it really is. There's so many different choices, especially if you're looking for a full set. You've got to see what the combination of sets are, the flex of shaft, the length of shaft, the lofts, the head, the grips. It's a whole minefield out there, let alone the different makes, the different models that you've got available to you. Okay, so I'm going to try and just simplify it just that little bit more for you. And we're going to be talking about two of the big main differences in irons. The difference to what we call a cavity back iron and a blade type iron. Okay, so the cavity back is going to be the more popular choice for amateur golfers. Anyone over above sort of a scratch handicap, even slightly below a scratch handicap, I'd say going into plus figures, I'd still recommend cavity back iron. Why would I recommend a cavity back iron? Because they are much more forgiving. Okay, so the difference is the weight around the head of the golf club. Okay, distributed the weight around the head of the golf club. Okay, and with the way these are made now, with their what we call a thinner face, the face is literally inserted into that perimeter around there. The manufacturer can make it a lot thinner. What tends to happen when we do hit it, what we call off center, in other words, just slightly out the toe or the heel, what will tend to happen generally, especially back in the old days of just pure blades, you'll see a very huge decrease in ball speed. So let's say, for example, we hit it out the toe, what we'll end up seeing with a cavity back iron is, because of the forgiveness of it, because of the way the club's designed, because of that weighting around the perimeter of the club itself, we'll end up seeing similar amounts of ball speed compared to when we hit it out the center. Okay, so when we hit it out the center, we get maximum ball speed and therefore maximum distance. Okay, when we usually generally, as a general rule of thumb, this goes for any golf club, when we hit it out the toe, for example, we will lose ball speed and therefore we will lose distance. But on more forgiving irons, like say these cavity back irons, we'll tend to lose less ball speed. So we'll get away with what we call better bad shots, as it were. Okay, but we've got the blades. Okay, now the blades are very useful and they're very attractive to look at. You look down on a blade and you see this lovely thin top line. You look down, it looks buttery, it looks beautiful, it looks stunning, it looks very minimalistic. It's fantastic. It goes with all the contemporary modern day things that we want in our lives. Really minimalistic, really neat, really tidy. It's lovely. However, you've got to be hitting it out the center of the golf club 99% of the time. You have to be hitting these out the center of the golf club 99% of the time. Because, for example, if your traditional, more common shot is the one coming out the toe of the golf club, that's when we're going to be struggling. That's when we're really not going to be seeing the benefit of a blade type iron. Okay, we are going to be losing a lot of ball speed, a heck of a lot of ball speed when that ball comes out the toe, for example. And it doesn't have to be dramatically out the toe either. Okay, it just has to be a little bit out the toe for that ball speed to really drop and therefore the distance to really decrease as well. So I would suggest to you, make sure first and foremost, if you're going for a fitting or if you're thinking about going for a fitting, check where you are hitting the ball first. Get some Dactarin foot spray, spray the golf club and double check where you are hitting it. If the majority of your contacts are at the center of the golf club, yeah, maybe venture down into blades. If you like the look of a blade-like club and you're hitting out the sweet spot, fine, fair enough. Go with the blade. You can work the ball a little bit more. You can curve it a little bit easier right to left. You can curve it a little bit easier left to right if shaping is your thing. But if you are hitting it out of the toe, that's when you're going to be struggling. That's where you'll need the cavity back iron. Now, it doesn't have to be a massive cavity back, as long as it's just got a cavity back on it. That's going to give you that extra bit of forgiveness when that ball does come out the toe or the heel end of that golf club. It is really, really important. We don't make this game any harder for ourselves. We don't want to make this game any harder for ourselves at all. So we need to make sure that one, that ball's coming where we want it to be, and if not, we know where it's coming from. But if we're prone to hitting it out the toe or the heel, we've got to make sure we're utilising a club that we're going to get the most benefit from, and we'll get the most benefit from. And I would say, scratch handicappers and above, even low single figure handicappers, please don't necessarily just go straight to a blade type iron. You have to think about a cavity back iron. Make sure it looks really manly and macho, and better players do use them, of course. But is it going to help you in your game? That's the big ultimate question. And for me, the big answer there is more than likely going to be no, unless you're hitting that sweet spot 99% of the time. So, you're looking for a new iron, make sure it's more of a cavity back iron to help you and your game. It really will. Even on your bad days, you'll still hit the ball a lot better than you would a blade type club. Hope this helps. Please like, comment below, subscribe as well for me please. I look forward to seeing you all soon.